The karma of silence. Why not speaking can be as powerful as speaking? Did you know that every word you speak consumes your vital energy, and that there exists a 3,000-year-old ancestral technique that can multiply your personal power simply by keeping silent at the right moment? Imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated argument. Your heart is racing, poisonous words are about to leave your mouth. But instead of attacking, you take a conscious breath and choose strategic silence. In that moment, you not only avoid creating negative karma, but you generate a magnetic power so strong that the other person immediately feels your presence and changes their attitude. The ancient masters knew something that modern society has completely forgotten: that there exists a type of silence that is not weakness, but the highest manifestation of spiritual power. A silence that heals, that transforms, that magnetizes, and that can change the course of any relationship or situation in seconds. In the next few minutes, you will discover why your conscious silence can be more powerful than 1,000 words, how to use this ancient wisdom to transform your relationships, and the secret technique that enlightened masters have used for millennia to conserve their vital energy and multiply their influence. The universal pain of hasty words. Have you ever felt the sting of words leaving your mouth too quickly, only to wish you could take them back the very next second? Dear seeker, we have all been there. That moment when emotion dominates us, when wounded pride seeks revenge, when fear pushes us to defend ourselves with words that cut like knives. And then comes regret, that heavy feeling in the chest that tells us something sacred has been broken. Today I invite you to a different kind of power. The silent force of awakened consciousness. Not the silence of fear, abandonment, or cold distance, but the living and loving silence that protects your energy, calms your heart, and clarifies your mind before a single word is spoken. Imagine this. In a tense moment, instead of rushing to defend yourself or explain, you take a gentle breath. In that breath, your heart rate slows, your intention purifies, and your next words, if any, become kinder and wiser. This is not avoidance. This is mastery. Why we live in the era of toxic noise. We live in an age of constant noise, where every thought must be expressed, every emotion must be shared, every reaction must be immediate. Social media has conditioned us to respond instantly. Text messages demand immediate responses, and modern culture glorifies unfiltered authenticity as the ultimate virtue. But the ancient sages knew a different truth. They knew that in the space between stimulus and response exists infinite power. That space is called conscious silence, and that is where our true freedom resides. The great masters remind us that speech spends vital force, and unnecessary conversation filters it away. But chosen silence gathers that force back to you, making your presence stable and your voice magnetic. In a world that rewards quick responses and loud opinions, choosing a brief pause is almost heroic. It breaks the ancient karma, those habits that push us to react, and opens a new path where clarity leads and compassion follows. Before continuing, feel how your shoulders soften and your breathing lengthens. Ask yourself internally, will my words add light, or will my silence add peace? If the answer is peace, let silence do its healing work. If the answer is light, let your words arise from stillness. Either way you win. The fundamental law. Every word consumes vital energy. Dear seeker, our first lesson is revolutionary. Every word spends vital force, and conscious silence conserves it. Think of prana, the subtle energy that feeds your mind and emotions, as water in a precious vessel. Every time we indulge in gossip, defensiveness, or restless chatter, small holes open in that vessel and the water filters out. We feel it as fatigue, anxiety, or a scattered mind. But when we pause, breathe, and choose purposeful speech or compassionate silence, those holes seal. The water level rises, clarity returns, and our presence becomes stable. Your body confirms this truth constantly. Observe. When you argue, breathing becomes shallow, the jaw tenses, the heart races. When you pause, everything softens, breathing lengthens, and wisdom has the opportunity to speak from within. Silence is not suppression. It is energy management. It gathers your attention in one place so that your next words, if necessary, are short, kind, and effective. The recharging point technique. Try this in a tense moment. Place your tongue gently on the roof of your mouth, Relax your belly and take a gentle breath in and out. Feel the soundless point between inhalation and exhalation. That quiet point is your recharging outlet. Affirm silently. I conserve my energy, I let it refine my words. From this fullness, your voice gains magnetism without force. What you say begins to calm instead of burn, to heal instead of harden. For today, practice a 1-minute pause before important responses. 6 slow breaths, soft shoulders, kind heart. Imagine golden light sealing any leakage in your vessel. Then speak only what adds clarity or peace. The 3 treasures of conscious silence. The positive karma of silence is what silently builds within you: clarity, intuition, and magnetism. First treasure, mental clarity. Clarity comes first. When you pause before speaking, the fog thins and you can actually notice what moves within. Fear, pride, tenderness, or the simple need to be heard. Seeing this clearly prevents impulsive words and plants the seeds of wiser action. It's like cleaning a fogged mirror. Suddenly you can see your true face without distortions. Second treasure, awakened intuition. Intuition follows. In stillness, the mind stops splashing and deeper guidance can be felt. Yogananda reminded us that the divine whispers softly. When you give yourself a breath of silence, the answer often comes as calm knowing. Wait. Speak gently, or not now. Each time you honor that whisper, you untangle ancient karma, the reflex to react, and shape a new groove of patient wisdom. Third treasure, personal magnetism. Then magnetism grows. Conserved vital force becomes a gentle presence that reassures others. People feel safer around you because your silence is warm, not withdrawn. Your words, when they come, carry weight without force. Practice the heart question. Try this simple interior practice before important responses. 1. Relax your shoulders, soften your jaw. 2. Place a hand over your heart. 3. Take a gentle breath in and out. 4. Ask internally, what is the kindest and truest thing I can say? Or is silence kinder right now? 5. Wait one more gentle breath. If a clear and compassionate sentence arises, say it slowly. If none arises, let your silence be the message. When silence heals and when it harms. Silence is wise when it cools reactivity, protects love, and makes space for truth to ripen. It becomes avoidance when it lets confusion grow or allows harm to continue unchecked. Loving silence is not a closed door. It is a lamp you light before entering the room. The 3 sacred questions. Before choosing not to speak, pause for 2 gentle breaths and ask 3 gentle questions. 1. Is it true? 2. Is it kind? 3. Is it necessary now? If any answer is no, let silence do its healing work. If all are yes, speak, but from stillness. Distinguishing between wisdom and fear. Notice your motive. Are you withholding words because you fear conflict, or because you are waiting for the right words and the right moment? If it's fear, breathe, place a hand over your heart, and invite courage. Then share a clear sentence. If it's wisdom, maintain silence and listen more deeply. When speech becomes dharma, in situations of harm or repeated misunderstandings, compassionate speech is dharma. State the essential facts slowly, name your feeling without blame, and request a simple next step. For example, when deadlines change without notice, I feel stressed. Can we agree to send a message about changes the day before? No sermons, no history lessons. Truth travels further in a gentle voice. The 5 pillars of conscious karmic speech. Think of each conversation as a small karmic engine powered by 5 parts: intention, truth, tone, timing, and impact. Pillar 1. Pure intention. Before speaking, ask gently, am I trying to help, to understand, or just to win? A kind intention clears the path for your words to carry blessing instead of heat. Pillar 2. Truth without edges. Speak what is real and verifiable, not assumptions or second-hand stories. Truth has its own silent force and doesn't need sharp edges. Pillar 3. Tone of love. The same sentence can heal or harm depending on how it's said. Soften your voice, slow your pace, and let goodwill fill your chest before sound leaves your lips. Pillar 4. Divine timing. Wisdom is not just what you say but when. If the other person is stressed, hungry, or closed, silence is a bridge to a better moment. Pillar 5. Healing impact. After speaking, notice the fruit. Do hearts feel lighter, clearer, more connected? If not, adjust the previous parts next time. The stop practice. Use the simple stop ritual. See what you feel. Take a gentle breath. Open your heart with a silent wish for the other's well-being. Proceed or pause. Over time, this way of speaking dissolves ancient karmic grooves of reactivity and builds new grooves of clarity and compassion, creating your sacred silence practice, Mauna. Now let's build a gentle Mauna silence practice that adapts to modern life and nourishes your heart. The daily silence window. Start with a daily 10-minute silence window and let it naturally grow to 20. Sit comfortably, easy spine, relaxed hands. Breathe gently and let thoughts pass like birds through a white sky. If the mind chatters, smile internally and repeat once or twice. Peace guides my words. This is not escape, it is charging your inner battery. Nourishing silence in meals. Bring that calm to meals by keeping the first 2 minutes of eating in silence. Offer simple gratitude. Notice the texture and warmth of each bite, and feel how your rhythm and mood soften. The 2-breath rule. During the day, use the 2-breath rule before responding to texts, calls, or questions. Place your tongue lightly on the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, then respond from ease. The speech purification day. Choose one day each week as speech cleansing, especially during busy seasons. Let family or colleagues know you are listening more and speaking only the essential. Maintain eye contact, nod with warmth, write brief notes if necessary, and let your silence feel like presence, not distance. The nightly heart review. Each night, do a 3-minute review. Where did silence serve? Where did a pause help? Where can I be kinder tomorrow? Place a hand on your heart, forgive any slips, and set a small intention for the next day. The silence that heals relationships. Sacred silence heals relationships because it is not withdrawal, it is warm attention that lets the other feel seen before a single solution is offered. The heart posture. In your next conversation, soften your chest, drop your shoulders, and let your eyes hold gentle kindness. This heart posture tells the other person, you are safe here. Listen to understand, not to respond. When they pause, reflect in simple words. I hear that you felt ignored when plans changed, is that right? And wait for their nod. Only then speak, and speak briefly, from stillness. The art of compassionate pause. If emotions rise, suggest a compassionate pause. I care about this. Let's take 10 minutes and come back calmer. Use the pause to breathe, place a hand over your heart, and whisper internally. Guide my words. Make them healing. When harm must be named. When harm must be named. Choose a gentle tone and essential facts. When deadlines move without notice, I feel stressed. Can we agree to send a message about changes a day before? No sermons, no build-ups. Truth travels further in a gentle voice. The power of silent apology. If you owe an apology, let silence receive their feelings first. Then offer a sincere line. I'm sorry for my words. I understand how they hurt. I will do better. And allow another pocket of silence for the apology to land. Applying conscious silence in specific situations. At work. Tense meetings. Before speaking, discreetly touch your heart and breathe once deeply. Boss criticism. Listen completely without planning your defense. Then respond only with facts, never from wounded emotion. Conflicts between colleagues. Become the neutral space. Don't take sides, but offer your calm presence as a healing field. In intimate relationships. During arguments. Implement the sacred 20-second pause. Love, I need 20 seconds to center in my heart before responding. When your partner is upset, practice presence without solutions. Simply hold loving space without trying to fix anything. With children, when they're having a tantrum, your calm silence is more powerful than 1,000 words. Sit nearby, breathe deeply, and allow your peace to soothe them. During conflicts, become the silent tree, strong-rooted, offering safe shade while they process their emotions. The most common obstacles and their solutions. Obstacle 1. I feel I must respond immediately. Solution. Practice affirming internally. My value doesn't depend on my response speed, but on the quality of my presence. Technique. When you feel urgency, count to 5 deep breaths before responding. Obstacle 2. My family doesn't understand my need for silence. Solution. Gently educate about the benefits. Explain that your conscious silence makes you more present and loving with them. Obstacle 3. I feel guilty for not participating in conversations. Solution. Develop active silence. Warm eye contact, open body language, and small affirmation gestures like nodding and smiling. Obstacle 4. My mind becomes noisier when I try to be silent. Solution. Accept that a noisy mind is part of the process. Use the compassionate observer technique. I see you're here, thought. You can stay, but I rest in silence. Your transformation timeline. Week 1 to 2, the awakening. New awareness of how much you speak unnecessarily. First experiences with the 2-breath rule. Small moments of peace after conscious pauses. Month 1, the building. Establishment of daily silence routines. Notable improvement in sleep quality. Less mental fatigue at day's end. Month 2 to 3, the integration. Conscious silence becomes more natural. Others notice your calmer presence. Relationships begin to transform. Month 4 to 6, the refinement. Your voice has greater impact when you speak. Development of stronger intuition. You are sought for advice and mediation. Year 1 plus, the mastery. Your silence becomes a form of service. Your presence feels healing to others. You live from an unshakable inner center. Mantras to strengthen your practice. For moments of reactivity. In this sacred silence, I find my highest truth. Before difficult conversations. May my words be medicine and my silence be healing. During conflicts, I choose the peace of my soul over the need to be right. For conserving energy. My silence is my sovereignty, my stillness is my power. Your 7-day challenge. Dear seeker, as we close, remember. The goal is not to be mute, but to let stillness shape your words. Consider this simple 7-day challenge. Each day, choose one conversation to enter from silence. Day 1. Practice the 2-breath rule before responding to messages. Day 2. Use compassionate silence when someone is upset. Day 3. Keep the first 5 minutes of a meal in grateful silence. Day 4. Pause 10 seconds before responding in a meeting. Day 5. Practice listening without planning your response. Day 6. Use the stop ritual before a difficult conversation. Day 7. Dedicate 15 minutes to meditative silence. After each day, write one line in a journal about what changed. You will feel the difference in your body, hear it in your voice, and see it in the harmony that follows. Your invitation to silent power. Guard your vital force. Pause for 2 gentle breaths, and let calm decide whether silence or speech will bless the moment. May your presence be stable, your decisions clear, and your relationships gently healed by thoughtful silence. May your silence be a sanctuary where others can rest. May your words, when they come, be medicine of truth and tenderness. And may you discover, in the spaces between words, the infinite power of your awakened soul. Your commitment to conscious silence is a gift to the world. Now I would love to hear from you. Where could a compassionate pause help you this week? Tell me a real situation where you will practice the 2-breath rule, or simply write, Jai Gurudev, to anchor your intention. And also tell me what topic you want next on this journey of inner mastery. Perhaps the karma of listening, how to set boundaries with kindness, or transforming anger into understanding. Until we meet again, keep a warm silence in your heart, and let your voice be medicine of truth and tenderness. Thank you for being here, dear soul. Until next time, walk gently, live deeply, and always listen to the silent inner voice. Jai Gurudev. If this message touched your heart and helped you better understand the journey, remembering that it is part of your karma and your spiritual growth, support our work with a super thanks so we can continue creating transformative content, with themes that inspire, help people and bring more light to each life. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if it resonates with you, and share it with your friends so our message reaches where it's needed.